Listen, no thank you, no more thank you, no more trouble. Don't give me any trouble. Thank you. Trouble, question, suffering, it's so welcome. So welcome. Hi. So, as I always mention, what's the most miserable things for us to be is, even we are definitely ourselves, we are definitely entirely ourselves, no doubt at all. However, the things is we don't know much about true ourselves. This is the most miserable thing. See, we are exactly we ourselves, no doubt. But unfortunately, we don't know much about ourselves. What we recognize, we know, realize who we are is just creation or imagination of thinking. That is not true, entirely different. So that's the reason. Again, Roshi just mentioned about, teaching us what the true ourselves is. What's true ourselves is. This is the most the valuable things for us to do. That is, or this is Zazen. If you sincerely do Zazen, you'll be able to encounter true yourself. True yourself is a known self. Known self is the universe. Known self is the universe itself. Tremendous, huge. Not more. It's you never be compared. You never be able to compare with the true yourself to the what you're thinking about. You never be able to just the true self with what you think about yourself. Our true self is entirely huge, uncountable. So that's the reason, as I just mentioned, about the Jinen Roshi, who just realized to himself. Then he just teaches us how to do. How to do is what kind of that we have to do. So this is the way he just teaches us with this the text. So today's text is number 39. when one mind does not rise, everything is without blame. Do you understand what it is saying? See, it's a very simple. See, when thinking or idea come out in your mind. See, so as I always mentioned, thinking or thought, or even whatever it's come out without any reason. See, what people thinking about the idea, the thinking or coming up in our mind is it's a kind of certain substance in this body. What you call the self. What you call the self just exists in this body. But this body is not a human body. This is a Dharma body. See, even you just try to investigate a kind of a self in this body, you never find it. You never be able to find it. You see, this is empty. This body is completely empty. See, nothing exists what you think about the self. See? But people just, this is ourself. This mother is ourself. This is a totally misunderstanding. See, then people just they recognize this one is what we think about ourselves. And then this, the self, this self, what we think about, think of, then thinking or thought come out. This is a totally misunderstanding. Totally misunderstanding. Thinking or thought just come out without any reason. Just like another the function of the senses. See, when I see this one just come out. This one come out without any reason. You see, when I clap my hand, the sound come out, down sound come out without any reason. But people just say, yeah, because the Jinen just clap his hand, then sound come out. That's a later. That's a later. Those things happen later. Before recognition. See? Everything before recognition, before consciousness, everything just come out without any reason. Without any reason. This is the truth of the universe. This is the truth of the universe. Okay, so if one thought or thinking come out, they come out, then what happened is what caused the self just try to grab or try to hold it and figure out what the reason is come out. You see? This is a normal, ordinary people just do. This is totally in vain. This is totally useless, because without any reason, thinking or thought just come out without any reason. So we don't need to take care of them at all. We don't need to take care of them at all because without any reason. So this thing is the most important thing. If you just want to realize who you are. So this is Zazen. See? When you do Zazen, thinking or thought come up in your mind, you simply throw them away as they are. Let's go then over there. This is Zazen. This is enough. Totally enough. But although it's very easy to say, but it's very difficult to do. But for time being, even it's very difficult, you do Zazen. Diligently, this the Zazen, the behavior others, you perceive to do Zazen. See, then this Zazen just bring me to encounter to yourself. So for time being, you just do Zazen constantly, continually you do. Then gradually, minus although this is a expression, always not gradually, but always directly happen, but in a sense, you may say gradually you'll be able to you'll be able to be what you are faced to. See, you're gonna be what you are faced to. This is that. Then eventually, you just become. You totally become what you were faced to. there is no separation. There is no separation between death and death. See? Oh. Then you'll be able to just encounter the true yourself. This is Zazen. This Zazen, Shakyamuni Buddha or Patriarchs just recommend you to do. Only this you'll be able to realize who you are. So what? So one thing, one thinking or thought, one thinking or thought, one idea just come up in your mind. See, Jinen Roshi, the Master Gen already asked us, you see, you don't know much about how to deal with the thinking or thought or idea coming up in your mind. You don't know much about that. Then someone just says, how we should do it? How should we do it? Then Geno says, don't do anything. Don't do anything. Just, you don't need to do anything. You don't need to. This is a kind of the way you'll be able, you're not going to have any trouble. Once you just try to figure out what you, once you just try to deal with what the reason, what reason it is, so that it's caused you trouble. He says, this doesn't. This doesn't. We have to do. You see, whatever just thinking or thought come up in your mind, simply throw them away, because without any reason, it's just like when you face this one just come up. Same thing. No different at all. But what people think about the thinking or thought or idea is special. Not that special. That's ordinary. Just when you face it, you just become these things that come up. The same things. So don't be deceived with or by dysfunction. So that's the reason what Geno says is when you ask whether the mind here and now is a Buddha. This one you may not be able to just understand what it say in even in the concept. It should be something like the mind is just the Buddha. The mind is just the Buddha. This is much easier to understand. The mind, the thinking or thought, the mind is just the Buddha, as it is. And the mind and the Buddha are neither the mind nor the Buddha. See, this is a contradictory question. See, once this is a kind of a story. I don't know much about the Basu or Shakujo in Chinese, but in English, the Chinese say the Basu and the Shakujo. Shakujo is a very famous Zen master, and the Basu is a disciple of Shakujo. Then, after Basu just realized who he was, he just, apart from the teachers at the temple, and he just started teaching what the truth is. Then his teacher just asked another disciple, what kind of teaching Basu just have been doing? Then disciple just went to the Basu's temple. They listen to what he just teaching. Then he came back to his teacher's temple. They say, he said, he said, he said the mind and the Buddha are neither the mind nor the Buddha. See, that is his way of teaching. His teacher always teaches something like the mind is just Buddha. See, then his disciple was just definitely just teaching oppositely. Definitely teach oppositely. See, his teacher say, the mind is just the Buddha. The mind is just the Buddha. See? But his disciple both just teach the mind and the Buddha are neither the mind nor the Buddha. You see, this is a story. You see, completely, his disciple just teach completely different way. So then, when someone asks you, the mind is just the Buddha, and the mind and the Buddha, the mind and the Buddha are neither the mind nor the Buddha. When you ask, what do you think? What do you think? When you ask something like this, see, the kind of idea, kind of thinking just come out. Oh, what it is, what it is. See, one way the question, the saying just the positive, the way of the what do you call it? The mind is just a Buddha. See, then the other way, the saying just exactly the opposite way. The mind and the Buddha, neither the mind nor the Buddha, completely different. So your thinking also just come up confused. What it is. But this is the same thing, sir. Not the both of the master, just teach different wisdom, not the different, exactly same what it is. See, but the concept, but our concept, just to think about that different things. See, but exactly same. See, when I say, excuse me, when I say the mind is just a Buddha, you just become what I say, to finish. Entirely disappear what I say. Then when I say the mind and the Buddha are neither the mind nor the Buddha, then you just become what I say, and what I say completely disappear. See, nothing left at all. This is our true self. This is a mind. This is a mind and Buddha. It is understandable. Is it understandable? See, we just become what it is said, and then completely what I said is completely they disappear. And then become what I said again. Then disappear. And they come out. Then disappear. This is a mind. The true, this is a mind. And this is a Buddha. This is our true self. We become everything. We just become everything. You see, when I face this, I just become this. When I face this, I just become this. I just become everything without doing anything. And then totally what I faced, what I just become to will totally disappear. Then exactly, I just become exactly what I faced right now. But this is a tremendous, and wondrous and marvelous. Nothing left at all. Even we just become everything. See, the things I just become everything, nothing left, totally disappear. Totally disappear. Nothing left at all, but the things what I face. The things I face right now. This is a mind. This is a Buddha. This is true ourselves. In a concept. What's crazy Jinen just talking about? totally far beyond the understanding. Totally far beyond. But for time, even you think, even that kind of to come out in your mind, just diligently do the dharma. Then someday you'll be able to understand what I say. See, once you just recognize this, you doesn't see drastically change. Once you just recognize these things, your doesn't is drastically change quite much. Then you just do something. So someday, I hope you'll be able to have this chance. So the same or different. If someone just asks you, the mind is just Buddha and as it is, and the mind and the Buddha are neither the mind nor the Buddha. Is this a question same or different? If you just ask how you can just answer, you feel very confused. But as I just mentioned, this Dharma Buddha never confused. See, as I just mentioned, when I say the mind is just a Buddha, this one just act what I say, then finish, and it's entirely just disappear what I say. Then when I say the mind and the Buddha are neither the mind nor the Buddha, it's just act what I say, they disappear. What I say is a completely disappear. There's nothing left. So as long as the things is nothing left, so no problem, no question at all. See, that is our true self. That is a Buddha. That is a mind. But in case of thinking or so, it doesn't work. Something like this. See, it's always something remains, something left. Then you just try to figure out what it is, what it is. All those things, the things you just try to figure out is completely disappeared. Nothing left at all. Nothing left at all. What do you try to? although you just think the things just you try to just figure out still remain, still left. Then you try to just figure out what it is. It's a totally in vain, useless. So, what it is? You grasp it, so you grasp it and start thinking of what it is as a problem, which cause many thoughts to arise one after another. And you get more confused because you feel the need to pursue it further. You always try to figure out or try to deal with. This causes you trouble. This is only cause you trouble. You see? See the thing. See what I said. See, thinking or thought, any thinking or thought, or even idea, just come out without any reason. Without any reason. See, just like a bubble in the river. Bubbles in the river. See, bubbles just come out without any reason. Bubbles just come out in the river without any reason. So without reason, without any reason, we should not take care of them. Just simply throw them away as this is totally enough. This is that. From the beginning, it is clarified as a manifestation of casting of body and mind. See, it's very difficult to understand, even in the concept, even in thinking. But very simple. You see, this proves you. This just shows you how much your body's mind is cast off. How much? See, entirely your body and mind are cast off. Your body, true yourself is the cast off body and mind. Cast off body and mind. That's the reason when I just clap my hand, it just become the sound itself. Because your truth is cast off body and mind. What you think about the body and mind never exists anywhere. Never exists. See? Totally. What we think about the human being or human or the man, it totally misunderstanding this fact, this reality. Totally misunderstanding. Totally misunderstanding. That's the reason we should be confused with reality, by reality, because you don't know much about true yourself. From the beginning, it is clarified as the manifestation of the casting of the body and the mind. The truth known as human being, the function of six senses, organs, and the six objective fields of the senses, this body. As I just mentioned about, this body is not a human body. This body is a Dharma body, entirely different what you are thinking about. See? As long as this the Dharma body. See? This is not what we're thinking about the body. See? This is a kind of tool or truth. See? Truth installed. This truth installed with six senses. With six senses. See? Ears, eyes, nose, the mouth, the body, and what do you call the thinking also? Mind. You may say the mind, body and the mind. See? Those six senses is installed in this body. So that this body is entirely different from what we think about the human body. Entirely different. This body, the Dharma body is so huge, so huge. So when you see what is the universe, when you see what you call the universe, this will just become universe itself. That's why. Excuse me. This kind of expression, some kind of patriarchs just teach. See, this one swallowed. This body just swallowed everything, even what you call the universe. This one just swallowed. See, even as such a huge universe, see, this one just swallowed, and tiny things is just swallowed. See, this body is so huge, such a huge things. See? This one just swallowed everything. Oh. Then nothing left, and nothing left. So that this swallowed one after the other. See, continually, endlessly. See, this is so huge. Not what you think about the human body. So such a huge body. You see, because of Dharma body. See? So you can use this body every day, every moment. You can use this one. So you don't need to worry about anything. This body is always be with you. Then you can just use it. You can just use it, make use of this. See, such a huge the existence you are. So the truth known as human being, the function of the six senses, six sense organs, and the six objective fields of the senses, themselves have to have no choice but to move in such a way that when they see, they see. When they hear, and so on. There is no other way to act. In other words, these six senses, this body, this our body, never concerned with what you're thinking about. Even you just try to do anything, by your thinking or thought, it totally difficult to do. It's a totally difficult to do because our action or activity, nothing concerned with the thinking or thought, entirely different. See, but people thinking about, because we just think about what we have to do, what we want to be, then we'll be able to act. Totally misunderstand. Totally misunderstand. When you think about what you want to do, what we should do, should be, then finish. Then finish, totally finish. Then when you act, this one totally act without what you think about. What you're thinking about, no relation at all. This is the most important thing. That it says, when they see, just when you see, it's see. This is the action. This is the action or activity of only six senses. That's what you think about this action. Nothing concern about what you're thinking about the self. Entirely different. See? Six senses. See, randomly, without saying this. Those six senses just acting. You see, without what you thinking of the self. What you think about the self. Nothing concerned with what you're thinking. The activity or action is nothing concerned with what you're thinking about the self. That's the reason you have to realize this reality. You're totally misunderstood. You're totally deceived by your thinking or thought. See, that's the reason. See, the patriarchs or the Shuhei Buddha recommend us to do zazen. Only zazen, you can just realize this reality, this fact. So, no matter where you go or what kind of a condition you come into contact with, you are always made to move in this way, only this way. In this way is the activity action without what we think about the self, without what we think about. So when I see death, you see, I just become death. See? Then you realize that you recognize this, and what I see is because I see, just I can see, but that's a total misunderstanding. Total misunderstanding. See, the true activity to self is without the self, without self. See, these things we have to just solve out. Otherwise, you never be satisfied with yourself. Once you just realize this, you'll be able to complete, you'll be able to satisfy with everything, completely. You feel very much great self. You feel great self. This only way. This fact, this reality, if you can just realize, then totally finished. Totally finished. No problem at all. No question at all. So that is the point. And that is the point we have to just realize. This is a point we have to realize. This is a realization or a revelation of Shakyamuni Buddhas. This is what you call enlightenment. Idols don't see this. They see. No, doesn't say that. So in this. See, those six senses never say anything about. But you're thinking also to say so. I see. I hear. You're thinking also to just say so. Nose or eyes never say anything. Don't be deceived. You say so. This is real attachment. That's the reason attachment. That's the reason attachment remains. What you call the self. You just attach after recognition. You attach to what you're thinking about the self after recognition. Before recognition, nothing happen, nothing to be, just acting, eating, seeing, hearing, smelling, just with those activities without self. This is before recognition. After recognition, you just attach. You just attach the kind of what you think about self. After recognition, that is another truth. That is another truth. Each person has their own untouched big state, because we have, as I mentioned, our true self is so huge, uncountable, unbelievable. See, even our true self is such a tremendous, huge existence. But what we think about ourselves is so tiny, so tiny. That's a very pity, miserable thing. So that's the reason. You have to do that. Each person to their own untouched big state or unbelievable reality. Our reality is so huge. The reality is disconnected with this creation of a human being. No separation between this and this and that. Simply I just faced it. I become what I faced. Oh, such a unbelievable, such a marvelous, wondrous things just happening right now. Although that is your truth, you never understand. You'll never be able to understand what I say, even in a concept, even in concept, you never be able to understand. So that's the reason we have to do it. When you're concerned about it, it is after, it is out. You see, before recognition, you see, there is nothing except. Then you just recognize this, and everything just comes out in your body. See, after recognition, but before recognition, nothing exists at all. Right. Because you have been taught and convinced that you saw it because it's common. See, you just memorize. You just memorize what happened. Then again, you just see this kind of a memory just come out in. So that, see, when you face this, Then you just become this. This is the first time. This is always first time. Always first time. But memory just come out. And then memory just memorized what I faced before. Then you say, you think, again, I saw that. And then again, I see that. This is a total misunderstanding. You see, what you saw before never exists. See, never exists. That's the memory. That's the function of memory. You are totally deceived by this function of the memory. Then you just have to recognize the path. See, past never just happened. It's always right now, right here, right now. The past or the future just happened in your mind. The past and the future is the creation of your thinking, imagination of your thinking. That's a totally misunderstanding. That's a delusion. No, you don't know much about that. Okay. Wait, okay. You cannot help but do something about it. So then that's kind of idea of thinking that come out. You try to figure out. You just try to deal with what it is and so many ideas, so many things that come out in it. Then you're gonna be confused. If you can just simply throw them away as they nothing trouble at all. Nothing trouble at all. You just try to figure out. You just figure out, or you just solve what it is. See, kind of useless things you just do. That's the reason. That this is the cause you to confusion. If you can just simply throw them away, no problem, nothing happens. It's very simple. This is a realization, or this is the realization of this is a realization of Shakyamuni Buddha. Shakyamuni Buddha. So that's the reason. Shakyamuni Buddha. That's teaching us how we'll be able to just separate from what we think, what's thinking of the problem, question, or suffering. This is the only way you'll be able to do it. Okay, it's better with the when you are okay. Okay, whenever that's the reason, as I mentioned. Yeah. That's the reason. Whatever just thinking around or others thoughts come up in your mind, simply just slow down away. This is the way. You can help but do something about it. This is useless. This is useless. When it's come out, leave it as it is. This is enough. This is something. And when you notice that is all true, then gradually, in a sense, you'll be able to notice Zazen is great, Zazen is a greatest way to do. You see, because you not gonna have any trouble. Unless you care much about the thinking also coming up in your mind. See, no problem at all. Hi, that's it. This is but that's the reason. Zazen is so marvelous, so wonderful, although variable. for us to do. When you have feeling of likes and dislikes, you can't see things clearly because you see, like or dislike is still within us thinking, within us thinking. See? Thinking is not a truth. Truth is no separation. Truth is no discretion, oneness. Truth is oneness. Because as long as the thinking was thought, there is exactly separation between this and this. These things just happen. These things just happen after recognition. Before recognition, very fortunate, the oneness. There's no separation at all. So you never be able to just, you don't need to recognize what it is. Then you never be recognized. You never be able to recognize what it is, because one. If you just recognize those things, there is a separation between this and this. See, then it causes you trouble. See, oneness never causes you trouble at all. Right. That is just zazen. That is zazen. Then you just do zazen until you just completely become what you face. Then finish. In a sense. You're not gonna have any trouble. Hi, this is this. This is this. Thank you so much. Maybe next month we're gonna have another more nothing. More nothing. I don't know. We don't know much about what's gonna happen, but something definitely happen. But we can't say anything about that. Okay, congratulations. As long as we can't say anything, that's great. Thank you so much. So meanwhile, you may just say it whenever you are free. This is my hope. Thank you so much. ありがとうございました。メルシー僕、メルシー。
はい、ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
また。
Thanks again.